In this problem, you're asked to determine when a country name is female in French. Now, you may not care about this, but when one learns French, one actually is tortured with these things. So the French rules for country names are pretty simple in general. When a name starts with ends with the letter E, then the name is feminine, and otherwise it's masculine, except, and if you do learn French, you will learn that word except a lot. There is two sets of exception. The first one is there's a number of countries that end in E, but nevertheless are masculine for reasons unknown to man. And then there are a few country names that are plural, like the United States and the Netherlands. They're down here, and they then take the French plural, which mercifully is the same for masculine and feminine, so we don't need to care what it is. And of course, there's another exception, that is when the name starts with a vowel. Then that's how French always works. Then you don't have the l or la. It doesn't matter whether it's masculine or feminine. The L plus the vowel always turns into an L with an apostrophe. So that's all confusing, so let's write this again on a sheet of paper just to clear our minds here. So there's 4 cases. Let's write down the outcome. There might be a L, there might be a la, there might be the L with the apostrophe, and there might be the lay. So there's only 2 examples for the latter, and that's the United States and the Netherlands. And for the L with the apostrophe, that's if the first letter is a vowel. The la ends in E, except for the weird cases, and the l it doesn't end in an E, or the weird cases. Now, in this case, it makes some difference in which order one checks these different things. Notice that here États-Unis starts with a vowel, and so we should check that before checking this condition, otherwise we do the wrong thing. So it seems like we should check this one first, and then this one. And because the except, it seems easier to check this condition third and then make the last one the final check. And if you look at the solution that I have here, that's what's happening. Here we have the check for the plurals. Here are the ones with the apostrophe. And then we check, is it one of the weird ones, or does it not end in an E? Then we have the L. And in the remaining cases, yes, the la. Now then the assignment had this other pesky aspect where one had to normalize capitalization. So if we look at that really quick. And that was kind of hard to discover actually, because it was only referred to in this Java doc comment here. So we're supposed to return the country name. We should always start with an uppercase letter, and if the name has a hyphen, an uppercase letter following it, and everything else is lowercase. Let's make a quick sketch for that. So if we have an input of, let's take it, a name like this, where only the first letter is uppercase, then we're fine. But if they're all uppercase, then we need to turn it to only the first letter. And if some clown writes an uppercase letter somewhere in the middle, then we still need to normalize it. So it looks like that case is most easily done by turning everything into lowercase first. and then make the first letter uppercase. Except, of course, for that pesky case with the dash. So when we had the United States, then we need to find that letter after the dash and also make that one uppercase. How do you find the letter with a dash? That particular thing is easy enough. You use the index of method, and so if n is the index of, that is name.index of the dash, then this position would be n, this position would be n plus 1, the position before would be n minus 1, and we can use this to fiddle the substrings up together. So when we look at the solution for this, there's actually two places you can do this. You could put this in the getName method, or you could once and for all do the computation in the constructor and just store the name like that. And that's what I've done. So here I extract the index of the n. If I find a hyphen, okay, let's look at that later. If I don't find a hyphen, then I take the initial letter to uppercase and the rest to lowercase. When I do find a hyphen, then I still make the initial letter lowercase, everything up to the to uppercase, everything up to the hyphen in lowercase. That lowercase is the hyphen, but it doesn't make a difference. Then the one afterwards goes uppercase, and then the rest again lowercase. And that's that.